Hello everybody, welcome to MTRL Comics. Today we are going to be looking at X-Men Dawn, the Age of Apocalypse. This is going to be a multi-mini series on my channel. I plan on reading this omnibook from start to finish with you guys. You can go ahead and use this as an audiobook or a visual chill. I am open to suggestions. This will be my first read-through of The Age of Apocalypse, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I hope you enjoy this as much as I will. Alright, let's get started. Wundagore Mountain. Called the Haunted Mountain in Eastern Europe. He is called Magneto. An evolutionary twist of faith has given him the power to control and manipulate magnetic fields. He and others like him, born with the genetic potential for great powers, are known as mutants. The world of humans fear them for being different and hates them for being gifted. And Magneto senses that the hatred is growing and darker times are at hand. Stan Lee presents Origins, the first adventures of Magneto's Astonishing X-Men. I would like to say this again, that I have not read this omnibook. I do not know where this story will go. I am very excited. Once Magneto sought to educate those we feared mutants, sought to show that mutants and humans could live and work together in harmony and create a better world. But intolerance against those who were different, possibly superior, prevailed. And Magneto chose to isolate himself from the rest of the world. To gather a small group of young mutants from around the world to him, here he is, the teacher. A thunderous roar, the rapid displacement of air, announces the arrival of one of his prized students. Quicksilver, a mutant gifted with super speed and more. He is Magneto's son. All is ready in the killing zone, Father. We only await your command to begin. Go then, join your teammates, Pietro. Initiate a level 1 exercise session before I arrive. No sooner said. Sometimes I fear I push them all too hard, especially him. Training, always training, but only through training is there hope for survival. The Killing Zone, or so it has been dubbed by Magneto's young charges. A technological wonder where the students are put through simulated combat situations. It is here that the best of Magneto's students are to be found. The youngest of these is Robert Drake, known as Iceman for obvious reasons. Aurora Monroe, gifted with the control of weather, is Storm. Wanda Maximoff, Magneto's own daughter, codenamed Scarlet Witch for her abilities to affect probability fields. Jean Grey, a young woman with incredible telekinetic and telepathic powers. And Peter Rasputin, the steeled-skin Colossus. Together, they form the mutant team known as the X-Men. Very nice. This is good. With each passing day, they seem to gain more control over their powers. Even young Drake shows signs of reaching his full potential. All he needed was discipline, now to join them. For I can never lead from the sidelines. My place is at their side. The X-Men stand together. Remember, above all else, you must remember teamwork. You must function as a one, always. The time is coming when we will face opponents who will not be nearly as forgiving as the Zone computers. There are those who would see us all, mutants, dead. If we cannot rely on each other, then we have nothing. Way to go, Petey. Quicksilver, Iceman, do not celebrate your minor victory. All I have seen is overconfidence and sloppiness against battle droids. Is this the result of my hard work? Computer level 4, engage. Level 4? Father, we've never. Never until now, Wanda. Learn to adapt. Learn to adjust. In short, learn to survive. They have all become too lax. Perhaps I've sheltered them for too long. They know so little of the changing world outside these mountains. It is time that they be introduced to real danger. Time for them to taste fear. Observe, X-Men, as I magnetically raise a door at the far end of the room, and introduce you to the newest and most dangerous member of our team. Sniff, sniff. Hey, kiddies. You want a party? Shink. Who is this? Don't like your tone, frail. A pretty little thing like you can call me Logan. To the rest of you, I'm Weapon X. These toy soldiers are nothing compared to my adamantium claws. Why, you all standing there gawking, afraid to get close to a real man? Afraid I'll bite? You never know now, do you? Beware, he's going berserk. Going to cut through you. That was close, thanks, buddy. Enough, Logan. Our friends susceptible, unfortunately, to berserker rages. They are this source of his strength and his bane. I need you to reach out to him with your mind. Find the man within the beast. I don't know if I can. Telekinesis is one thing, but telepathy, it's still so hard. Try. I will, but the resistance. His mind like none I've seen before. Coming up against some sort of psychic barrier. A good barrier of anger. Hatred. Good Lord, how could you stand it? How? Rest now, Jean. You've done all you could. The rage is past. Should be proud of yourself, darling. More experienced telepaths than you have fried their brains trying to poke around inside this knucklehead. Be aware that with the proper training, Jean will be a most formidable opponent, Logan. Now, it is time to introduce you to the rest of my X-Men. This bunch of kids, you promised me a real workout, Magneto. In time. X-Men, I expect you to help Weapon X in his orientation. Report to me within the hour. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm expecting another new arrival. Well, kiddies, looks like we're going to be bunking together. Don't suppose any of you have a cigar? The United States of America, New York City. Here, mutant hysteria has reached new heights of late. Increasingly, humans live in fear as reports of sporadic mutant attacks spread. Adding to those fears are whispered tales of one mighty and long-lived mutant who seemingly is behind those attacks and even now prepares to strike out against the human population. Today, a massive shadow falls across the city, and fear becomes a reality. All eyes are drawn upward, and behold a tremendous floating fortress which fills the sky. From its mammoth bow a holographic projection issues forth, towering over the city, and words of doom echo through the streets. I am Kandra, herald of apocalypse. Be warned, humans, the day of the fit and the strong has arrived. The world is yours no longer. Soon I shall be delivered into the hands of those evolution has deemed its inheritors, Homo superior. The world is carried forth. The future has arrived, and a nation trembles. Wondagore. time is near. Apocalypse is moving forward sooner than I would have guessed. But I've learned that my expectations count for little in this life. All the training, all the planning, now it has to be put to the test. Risking all of our lives so that someday we might be able to join a brighter future. You, Charles Xavier, shared that dream with me when I was too angry to see at the world to see its worth. That has changed. My friend, you died too soon. Sometimes I wonder how differently you should have handled things. You would have handled things. But today I cannot afford the luxury of musing on might have been. Final preparations must be made. I'm off to lead my X-Men against Apocalypse. I cannot do so without you, without a solid strategy. Excuse me, Magneto. Mystique and the young lady from the United States have been wanting to see you. Of course, Bova. I'd forgotten they had arrived. Send them in. Magneto, I have more important things to do than sit around this retreat of yours waiting for an audience. Haven't you heard? Apocalypse is making his move. Yes, Mystique, I hear everything. You are going to do something about it, aren't you? Yes. But let us attend to business at hand. Young lady, Rogue, isn't it? Mystique said you would help me learn to use my powers, and that would be safe here from him. Magneto, do we really need to go through this? You know about her. You know Apocalypse has tried to get to her already. This is where she belongs. I don't want to prolong this. You asked for her. I found her for you. Our deal is over. Goodbye, Magneto. Rogue. Mystique. No tears. I've taught you to be stronger than that. Magneto is a good man. A bit too arrogant, perhaps. A bit of a dreamer too. But he means well. You'll find friends here, others like yourself. Things in America were bad enough with the humans hating us, but now with Apocalypse, well, that may soon have reason enough to hate. Magneto will help you learn to survive. You'd better take care of her, Magneto. I've grown fond of her, believe it or not, in our time together. Goodbye, Rogue. Goodbye. Whoa, what do we have here? The new kid on the block turns out to be someone my age. And a babe at that. Hi, I'm Bobby. No. I'd be more than happy to show you the sights of Magneto's school for the genetically challenging. Don't ever touch me, pow! What the? Don't worry, Bobby, I have you. Won't be touched. Do y'all hear me? Just leave me alone, I'm dangerous. No, Rogue, you are no more dangerous than any of us. I know of you from Mystique. I know of your ability to absorb other powers and memories when making flesh-to-flesh contact with another. I know of the abduction attempt by the one called Polaris. But you mustn't think of your powers as a curse, but as a blessing. Together, we will find ways to control your gift. Rogue, you must know that you will never be alone again. You are safe here. We are family.